what do you think of what you're getting into here with the new offense?
You know, it's a lot of changes, but I like it, man. It's, you know, letting our, you know, a lot of our attributes show in our game and a lot of talents. And, you know, they're doing different stuff, man. They're spreading the field. And, you know, they putting us, you know, matching us up with good numbers and stuff, you know, with linebackers or cornerbacks with the receivers with, you know, smaller cornerbacks and stuff. But, you know, they're doing everything that we can to, you know, just be in a better position. Playbook, man, it looked like it's gonna work, and I know it's gonna work, man. We all feel the same way, and we all, you know, got a chip on our shoulder right now just to know where we need to be at.
Trent, you've had a few months to rest your ribs and your knees and whatever else might have been hurting. How do you feel?
I feel great, man, 100%. Wish y'all could be out there to watch the whole practice, man. You know, I'm out there flying around, man. I finally feel skinny, man. I ain't got all this big padding on me right now, so you know, it's way easier to breathe. I can sleep at night. You know, it's really, you know, just a fresh, you know, fresh breath on me right now, man. And you know, it just seemed like, you know, all that hard work I put in last year is, you know, just really just starting to pay off, and you know, just bringing my game to another level as far as me, you know, working last year, you know, where I need to be at this year.
How long has it been since you've been fully 100% in your mind?
Well, in my mind, I felt like, you know, at least about 6 weeks ago. You know, I came back here, got a checkup, and they told me that, you know, I still need to take it slow a little bit. But when I got back here, we ain't said nothing else about it. And I've been flying around and moving and stuff, and so everything I do, man, I don't feel nothing. I don't feel nothing wrong with me at all, and I feel, you know, better than ever right now.
What are your early impressions of your new coaches, Chud and Norv?
You know, the enthusiasm they got, and what, you know, how they teach us, man, and you know, it's not like they're college coaches, man. They professional players and professional coaches, and they know we're professional players. So, you know, with them knowing their place and us knowing our place, I think it's good for the team the way, you know, they, you know, just come at us, and you know, we're just getting the feel of everybody right now. Even the coaches getting the feel of us right now, because you know, a lot of them, all the coaches never coach us for real. And so, you know, with that, you know, every coach is, you know, it's their job to coach us at anything we do wrong or anything we need to get better at, or they feel like we need to work, you know, as far as technique or anything. So, and all the coaches are on us, and you know, that's what we need.
How restricted were you last year by the injuries? You know, you had a tough rushing average probably because of that.
It was tough, man. It was tough, man. It's a lot of stuff I didn't say, and I don't know if I can really say it now, but it was tough, man, because I know it be times I really couldn't get going, and probably till like Friday, and I just had to be, you know, just be out there Sunday and just be playing. So, you know, for me, man, like I said, I can't wait to this year. I think it's gonna be a big, you know, smile on everybody's face after the games, you know, this year, and then, you know, not too many sad faces in there and asking us about, you know, what we could have did and, you know, what we should have done. And I think it's more of a trend where you feel it now, you know, where we at in the season now, and you know, how the team, you know, come together. I think it'll be more of those questions this year.
Seems like the quarterback's much happier with this offense too.
Oh yeah, I think the quarterbacks are much happier. You know, especially with Brandon, man, you know, his arm is stronger than ever right now. And, you know, even with Jason there, man, both of them guys are battling, you know, and making each other better. Either with Thad, man. Thad is doing a great job, too. So all them guys, man, is just showing all their ability and all their agility, and, you know, just really showing that they can just really play this game, and they love to play. So, you know, I think with everybody, I think their skill set, you know, accommodates everybody with receivers, quarterbacks, linemen, receivers, all that, man. Running backs, I think that, you know, that's for everybody. So,
you know, Norv is known for using a power running game, and he said he wants to bring that here. What has he told you about his expectations for you and how he wants to use you?
You know, well, the first thing he said to me, man, I had Emmitt Smith, and you know, for me and Emmitt Smith being from the same hometown, going to the same school, I mean, it's just a lot of big work and a lot of big shoes I got to fill in. And once again, you know, for me, man, that's, you know, for him, you know, being able to coach Emmitt Smith and call plays, you know, for Emmitt to be up under him and, you know, to learn from him. And that's big for me, man, you know, just to, you know, have him around, you know, for all of us, me, Martario, and Obi, and Dion. So, you know, we all working together, and we all pushing, you know, even with our old line, we all pushing, we all working together, making our calls right, doing a lot of stuff we didn't do last year, making our calls right and making sure we all on the same page.
Seems like you can't run away from that guy, huh?
Oh, no, not at all, man. I'm always, you know, have some connection with him no matter what. And you know, until, you know, I get to where he at now, and it's gonna be like that until, you know, people can say that, you know, he finally did it or something like that. You know, that's down the line. But you know, it's gonna always be a connection.